First, we'll look at rules that apply on the scale of community master planning, and then we'll go to individual buildings. So, as was introduced this morning, Dr. Hartman explained how the nature of the Earth and its rotation on its axis produces a grid that documents the cosmic forces on the surface of the Earth. He didn't exactly explain how this happens, but what I will say to clarify that is that because the Earth rotates through the axis that runs through the North and South poles, the surface of the Earth is rotating from west to east, and that means that everything in the universe that is not on planet Earth is passing overhead at one speed or another from east to west. From east to west. We see the sun rising in the east and setting in the west every 24 hours, but everything else that's out there is doing the same thing at different rates of speed. They have no choice because we're moving to the east, and at this latitude about 1,000 miles an hour. So our direction of travel for our entire lives is rapidly to the east. That is our direction of travel. Now, because much of what exists on planet Earth is influenced or shaped by what we can call the cosmic influences. That sounds like an ooga booga term, but we have the sun, we have the stars, we have the other planets. They all have influences passing across planet Earth. Sun is the one that everybody experiences constantly. And so we can say that natural law comes at us from the east. Everything cosmic, everything off of planet Earth comes at us from the east. Now, the Vedic literature says that when you face natural law, you are aligning yourself with the forces of nature. Now, we may not know exactly what that means, but it is clear that if we face east, we are facing natural law. And the hypothesis then is that then our lives are more somehow in some benign way in the flow of nature. It's a concept. What we see is the application of it, that this is a real thing. So the lines of latitude, those lines that run east-west, are in a way representations of the forces of nature, the cosmic forces across the surface of the Earth. They track lines, we could say, from east to west. The North and South poles also are cosmic influences, and if we track the relationship with them, we're drawing lines from north to south, like the lines of longitude. And so when that grid, which represents the cosmic forces on planet Earth, is represented, it looks like the lines of latitude and longitude on the planet. So that is a slight elaboration of something that Ike said in a couple of minutes. Now, when we place buildings, when we place walls on the surface of planet Earth, they can either harmonize with this grid or they can create local interference patterns because they are not aligned with it. Now, this is not a concept that we have thought about before, in most cases, but it's a real thing and it has measurable effects. The walls that we create, the buildings that we shape, their walls need to harmonize to create integration between human intelligence and the cosmic intelligence that orders planet Earth. That means that the walls of the building must line up with the four cardinal directions